It's Week 13 of the NFL, and all eyes are on Javonte Williams. He was unstoppable a week ago with 4 touchdowns. It's the Broncos and the Texans, and it comes your way next.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. Now, they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Well, the Broncos offense gets set to go to work, and at the helm in his second season wearing orange and blue, Russell Wilson.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 3 touchdowns on the ground, and then, Charles, he threw one in through the air for good measure.
Yeah, you know you have to account for him in all situations. I mean, we know he can run the heck out of the football. You just noted what he did. But how about him being able to get out of the backfield, catch it, and get into the end zone as well?
And he's going to have a Broncos first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line. Now Wilson. Quick throw there is incomplete. Adam Troutman, the intended receiver. And it's second down. Well, CD, you see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and these guys, they've been hearing the mantra next man up since their Friday night light games in high school. It's 3 simple words, but they're absolutely perfect to use, and everyone has adopted them. Next guy up, do your best.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Williams. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Broncos first down.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down. Now Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Now Wilson on second down. It's complete to Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
So he looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Badgley able to knock this one through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So here come the Texans now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone to the receiver?
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 25, here's a 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And he'll try and fire this downfield for Singletary. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
On 2nd down, Wilson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And Judy's going to have a Broncos first down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Right back to, and he lost the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
This defense for the Broncos, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have the Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now to change things up. Stroud will throw it. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. The Texans had a woeful 2-9 on the year. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
Stroud now on 3rd and 2. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Play action. Stroud now. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown. Houston. Robert Woods with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. Boy, Charles, that's a great response drive from the rookie quarterback. Remember, threw the pick on the previous possession. Here, he's able to lead him down and throw it into the end zone for the touchdown.
And I know from the draft analysis that this is exactly why this team wanted to take this young man. They thought his ability to bounce back from mistakes and quickly turn them into positives, that was something they wanted on their team, and we just saw evidence of it right there. This young man doesn't let anything get to him, and he finds a way to come back big.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field.
They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their second straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively, and this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
That's right. Right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his one-on-two matchup.
Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And Williams is going to pick up a Broncos first down as he'll get this down to the 23.
They go play action now. Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Wilson will throw again. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Here's Wilson. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. Wilson.
Adam Troutman from 8 yards out. And the Broncos have retaken the lead.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
And that flag accepted.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
What's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
65. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Stroud on 3rd down now. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line.
Here goes Stroud again.
Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
First and 10, it's Stroud.
Right side complete, that's Woods. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Well, that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. Second and 12. Stroud will look to throw once more. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a third and long.
Ready.
Stroud here on third and long.
Oh, he's looking for a touchdown deep for Woods.
Oh, no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up fourth down.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will knot us up at 10. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. Want to hear?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
The Broncos about set to go on offense.
Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Throwing is Wilson.
A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
A short one to the tight end, Troutman.
Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
To Pierce, they set up the screen.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Rolling to his left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
As we both know, there's a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. Part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found a punch and then went to the marker.
So we've hit halftime, just a field goal.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter.
And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Texans going to take over here to start quarter number 3.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Ready?
A run by Pierce begins the second half.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A nice little gain.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, Run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Stroud looking to throw. This one left side, caught by Collins. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Stroud off the play fake. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On second down, here's Pierce. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though. 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos. Right at the 30. He'll hand this to Williams to start things out. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. On 1st down, Wilson. His throw incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
0-0. Let's go double count right here. Double count. Start.
To throw is Wilson. That caught by Manhurts. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 36 yards on the play. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Wilson. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. 1st down, a bit of a disaster. And now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Wilson. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Russell Wilson, 15 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away now from moving out in front. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Now after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kick a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Stroud. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Again, it's Williams. Shrugs him off. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Back now in Houston. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Broncos get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Now after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon.
Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
And now out comes Houston.
Still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Stroud's throw pulled in by Woods.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
1st down, they go right back to Pierce.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They'll run out of the gun with Singletary.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 8. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Singletary will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
Ready.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Andrew Beck, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Texans have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
60 Bobcats. Panther 11.
Stroud's going to try to throw for the conversion.
And he's going to be sacked. They came after him. He couldn't get away. And this remains a 2-point game. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
And coming out now, the Broncos.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Shreds him with a stiff arm. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. In motion left goes a tight end. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line.
They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield.
65 yards on the ground for him so far.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
18 big yards on that one and a Denver first.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Williams will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
And as this drive began, the offense had to be thinking touchdown, knowing the situation. Even after that loss, touchdown still on their minds. This is a one-possession game. A field goal doesn't do them a whole lot of good.
Williams is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as it comes with a minute 15 left to go in the second half. Now Wilson. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
So Stroud and the Texans down by 9. 70 seconds remaining. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got him with a first down. Stroud to throw it.
This is caught. It's Woods. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
They'll run on first down with Singletary.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room.
Every time, won't you?
And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. So that drive of 4 plays. And it ends with a touchdown they needed, but not the 2-point conversion, as this remains a 2-point deficit here in the final minute. And the Broncos are able to recover, and that should just about wrap this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just execute.